My child, stop for a moment. I need your attention right now. Do not scroll. Do not look away. This is not a random video, and this is not just another voice filling your ears. I am speaking to you, and I am speaking now because your name was mentioned. Yes, your name. In places you cannot see, in moments you did not hear. Your name was spoken, and it reached me. That is why you are here. That is why this moment feels different. I have interrupted your routine because I have something personal to say to you. You may have clicked out of curiosity, or maybe something in your spirit felt a pull you couldn't explain. That was me. I called you here because I do not speak names casually. When I mention a name, it means movement is happening. It means attention has shifted. It means heaven has leaned in your direction. And I need you to listen closely, because what you hear next is tied to your life, your future, and the prayers you thought were whispered into silence. I know you've wondered if you matter. I know there have been moments when you felt invisible, overlooked, or delayed. But hear me clearly, if your name was mentioned, it is because you are not forgotten. You are not lost in the crowd. You are not late. I do not call names without purpose, and I do not interrupt lives without intention. This message is not for everyone. It is for you. Stay with me. Do not skip this moment, because confirmation is unfolding and clarity is coming. I am about to reveal why your name came up, why now is significant, and why what you have been feeling in your spirit was not imagination. This is a divine interruption, and interruptions from me are always invitations into something greater. Before I continue, I want you to respond, not out of pressure, but out of agreement. If you can feel that this word is already touching your heart, like this video right now, let that action be a quiet yes between you and me. Comment something simple, even just "I'm listening," because when you speak, you align your heart with what I am doing. Share this message with 3 people, because there are others whose names have been mentioned too, and they are waiting for confirmation. Hype this video, not for attention, but so my voice can reach the ones who are scrolling, searching, and silently asking if I still see them. And subscribe, so you stay connected to the moments when I speak again. My child, this is only the beginning. What I am about to say next will bring understanding to the pressure you've been under and the anticipation you've been carrying. Your name was mentioned for a reason, and I want you to hear every word. Stay here. I am not finished with you. My child, I see you. Not in the way people glance past you, not in the way the world measures value, but in the way only I can see. I see the quiet strength it takes for you to get up when your heart feels heavy. I see the questions you carry but rarely speak aloud. I see the tears you wiped away before anyone noticed. And I need you to know this clearly. Nothing about your life has gone unseen by me. There were nights you wondered if your prayers reached beyond the ceiling. Moments when you asked if I still knew where you were, or if time had somehow pushed you out of my focus. But hear me now. I have never lost sight of you. I know your name intimately. I know the weight behind it. I know the history attached to it. I know the hope you still protect, even after disappointment tried to harden you. You have been walking through a season where recognition felt scarce. You showed up. You stayed faithful. You kept going, yet it seemed like no one acknowledged the effort it took. But I was there in every unseen moment. When you chose patience instead of frustration, I saw it. When you held your tongue instead of reacting, I noticed. When you kept believing even while feeling tired, I leaned closer. This is why your name was mentioned, because endurance speaks loudly in my presence. You may not feel strong, but strength is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like survival. Sometimes it looks like choosing hope when logic says to quit. You have done that more times than you realize. And while you questioned your progress, I was counting your faithfulness. While you doubted your importance, I was calling you known, chosen, and remembered. I also see the part of you that wonders if you missed something, an opportunity, a calling, a moment that passed you by. But my child, nothing meant for you can pass you. I am not bound by clocks or calendars. I do not rush, and I do not forget. When I allow waiting, it is never punishment, it is preparation. And you have been preparing, even when you didn't understand what for. Let me speak peace into your heart right now. You are not overlooked. You are not behind. You are not insignificant. The silence you felt was not absence. It was formation. I was shaping your character, strengthening your discernment, and deepening your trust. I was teaching you how to listen, how to endure, and how to recognize my voice when it matters most. That is why this moment is personal. That is why this message feels like it knows you. Because I know you. I have always known you. And when your name was mentioned, it wasn't to question your worth, it was to affirm it. Stay with me, my child. What comes next will make the waiting make sense. My child, I need you to understand why your name was mentioned. It was not spoken out of concern or doubt, and it was not whispered because of failure. Your name was mentioned because of alignment, because you stayed when walking away would have been easier, because you kept choosing integrity when shortcuts were offered, because your heart remained soft in a world that tried to harden it. When I speak a name, it is not to review mistakes, it is to release movement. There have been conversations in the unseen realm about you. Not accusations, not delays, but decisions. Decisions about timing. Decisions about doors. Decisions about preparation meeting opportunity. You thought the waiting meant nothing was happening, but the waiting was proof that something important was being arranged. I do my deepest work quietly, where pride cannot interfere and fear cannot rush the process. You believed for a while that being unseen meant being forgotten. Their silence meant absence. But my child, silence is often the space where trust is refined. I allowed you to feel hidden because I was strengthening your roots. What is shallow grows fast and falls quickly. What is deep takes time and lasts. You are being built to last. Your name was mentioned because heaven recognized your obedience even when no one applauded. Because you chose faith when answers were delayed. Because you kept your heart turned toward me even when you didn't understand my methods. That is why I am speaking now. Not to confuse you, but to clarify. Not to tease you, but to prepare you. Let this truth settle in your spirit. When I mention a name, movement follows. Shifts begin. Doors respond. Hearts change. And you are standing at the edge of understanding why the pressure increased before the breakthrough appeared. You were never being pushed away, you were being positioned. Now listen to me closely, because this moment is also an invitation beyond just listening. My child, when I speak your name, I also invite you to help carry my voice further. I have said that seed placed in good soil multiplies, and what you release in obedience becomes harvest in another life. I am stirring your heart because this work reaches souls who are waiting to hear that their name was mentioned too. This channel flows like a river of light, and your giving keeps the waters moving where hope feels dry. I am the one who declared that those who sow generously will reap with joy, and I speak that blessing over you now. Use Super Thanks membership with a PayPal link in the description or the QR code on the screen, and do it now as an act of obedience to me. When you respond, you are not giving to a platform. You are answering me. My child, because I love you, I must speak to you honestly. Not to shame you, not to accuse you, but to gently realign your heart with truth. There are thoughts you have allowed to stay that were never meant to settle in you. Quiet doubts, subtle fears, assumptions you made in moments of exhaustion. I am not angry with you for them, but I will not let them guide you any longer. You began to question yourself in ways I never asked you to. You replayed old failures as if they were final verdicts. You wondered if your obedience truly mattered, or if your faithfulness was overlooked. My child, those thoughts did not come from me. I never measure you by your lowest moment. I never define you by what went wrong. I look at the direction of your heart, not the scars of your past. I need to correct this belief you've been carrying, that delay means denial. That correction is important, because if you misunderstand my timing, you will misinterpret my love. I delay to protect you. I wait to prepare you. I close doors to redirect you. None of this is punishment. It is precision. And if I did not care deeply for you, I would not be so intentional. You also need to release the pressure you put on yourself to be perfect. I never asked for perfection. I asked for surrender. I asked for trust. I asked for willingness. You tried to carry responsibility that belongs to me, and it has weighed you down. Let me carry what you were never meant to hold. Correction from me is not harsh. It is relief. There is another thing I must address with love. You have been listening too closely to voices that do not know my plans for you. Opinions, expectations, comparisons. They have crowded your discernment. My child, not every voice deserves your attention. When I speak, I bring peace even when I challenge you. When others speak out of fear or control, confusion follows. Learn to recognize the difference. I am redirecting your focus. Look forward, not backward. What is ahead of you requires clarity, not regret. You cannot step into what I am preparing if you keep rehearsing what I already redeemed. Let go of the need to understand everything before you move. Faith is not knowing all the steps. It is trusting the one who guides them. Receive this correction as proof of my closeness. I only correct those I walk with. I only redirect those who matter to me. You are not being pushed away. You are being pulled closer. Adjust your thinking. Release the weight. Realign your heart. My child, you are safe with me. Let this loving correction strengthen you, not discourage you. What I am leading you into requires a clear heart, and I am making sure nothing unnecessary follows you there. My child, come closer and let me speak strength into you. I know how tired you have been, not just physically, but deep within your spirit. Carrying hope while facing uncertainty takes more courage than you realize, and I want you to hear this clearly. You have not been weak. You have been enduring. And endurance is strength in its quietest, most powerful form. There were days you felt as though you were giving more than you were receiving. You poured out kindness, patience, faith, and effort, yet little seemed to return. But I was sustaining you in ways you could not see. Every time you felt like you were running on empty and still chose to trust me, I renewed you. Even when you didn't feel it, my strength was meeting you where yours ended. I know you questioned how much longer you could keep going. You wondered if rest would ever come, if relief would ever arrive. My child, rest is not always the absence of struggle. Sometimes it is the presence of assurance. And I am assuring you now, you are not walking alone. I have been beside you in every unseen step, steadying you when your legs felt weak, holding you when your heart felt fragile. Let me lift the weight of self-doubt off your shoulders. You do not need to prove your worth to me. You do not need to earn my attention. You already have it. I chose you long before you felt ready. I strengthened you long before you recognized your own resilience. What you survived was not meant to break you. It was meant to reveal what I placed within you. I am breathing fresh courage into you right now. Courage to keep trusting. Courage to keep believing. Courage to move forward even when clarity comes one step at a time. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to grow without rushing. I am not measuring your pace. I am guiding your direction. When you feel overwhelmed, remember this. I am your source. Strength does not come from having everything figured out. It comes from leaning into me when you don't. Every time you choose me over fear, you grow stronger. Every time you choose faith over frustration, you rise higher than before. I am proud of you, my child. Not because you did everything perfectly, but because you did not give up. Because you kept your heart open when closing it would have felt safer. Because you stayed connected to me even when you had questions. That is real strength, and I am honoring it. Let this encouragement settle into you. Let it steady your breath and calm your thoughts. You are stronger than you think because I am with you. And as long as I am with you, you will always have what you need to take the next step. My child, now I speak to you with promise and assurance, because I do not reveal truth without also releasing hope. What I am doing in your life is intentional, and what is coming will make sense of what has been. I need you to trust me here, not with borrowed faith, but with a settled confidence that I am faithful to finish what I begin. I promised that I would never leave you or abandon you, and that promise still stands. Even in moments when you felt unsure, I was steady. Even when your emotions shifted, my word did not. I am not moved by confusion or delay. I am governed by purpose, and my purpose for you has not changed. There are doors that will open at the right time, not because you forced them, but because you were ready to walk through them. I am aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities in ways you could not orchestrate on your own. What feels slow to you is precise to me. I see the full picture, and I will not release you into something before you are prepared to carry it. You have worried about timing, about whether you waited too long or missed your moment. Let me assure you, nothing meant for you can miss you. I am not a God of all those or maybes. When I promise, I perform. When I speak, I act. What is delayed is not denied. It is being protected. I also want you to trust my process. Obedience before understanding is what brings peace. You do not need every detail to take the next step. You only need my voice and a willing heart. I will guide you step by step, moment by moment. When you walk with me, uncertainty does not lead. You do. There are promises attached to your patience. There is favor tied to your faithfulness. There is growth happening in you that will soon become visible around you. You will look back and see that what felt like waiting was actually strengthening. What felt like silence was actually instruction forming within you. I am asking you to rest in this assurance. I am ahead of you. I am behind you. I am beside you. You are surrounded by my care. You are covered by my hand. You do not need to rush or compete or compare. What I have for you is yours, and it will arrive at the right time, in the right way. Hold on to my promises when feelings shift. Anchor yourself in truth when emotions rise and fall. I am consistent even when life feels uncertain. I will keep my word to you, my child. Trust me. Wait with confidence. Walk in obedience. Everything I promised is still on its way. My child, this is the moment where listening turns into action. Not rushed action, not forced effort, but faithful response. Everything I have spoken to you so far was not meant to stay in your thoughts. It was meant to move your heart. Now I am calling you to step into trust, not tomorrow, not when everything feels certain, but now, right where you are. I am not asking you to leap blindly. I am asking you to place your weight on me. Faith is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to move while holding my hand. You have been waiting for confidence to appear before you act, but confidence grows through obedience. Take the step I have been nudging you toward, even if it feels small. Small steps taken with me carry eternal weight. Let this be the moment you release control. You have tried to manage outcomes, protect yourself from disappointment, and prepare for every possible result. But I am inviting you to something deeper. Surrender. When you surrender, you make room for me to lead. When you trust, you allow my wisdom to guide your path. You do not need to have all the answers to say yes. I want you to pray differently now. Not with fear of asking too much, but with faith that I am listening. Speak honestly. Lay your desires before me. Tell me where you feel uncertain. Tell me where you need strength. Prayer is not performance, it is connection. And I am close to you in this moment. There is also something I want you to release. Old disappointments, lingering resentment, expectations that no longer align with where I am leading you. Carrying them forward will only weigh you down. Trust that I can redeem what you let go of. What you place in my hands is never wasted. This activation is quiet, but it is powerful. It may not look dramatic to others, but it shifts things in the unseen. Choosing faith today prepares you for what comes tomorrow. Aligning your heart now positions you for what I am about to do. You are not late. You are right on time. I am strengthening your resolve as you listen. I am calming your thoughts as you breathe. I am reminding you that obedience is not about perfection. It is about direction. Keep your eyes on me, and I will guide each step. You are not stepping alone. You are stepping with me. Let this be your response. Trust me, not with words only, but with your next decision, with your next prayer, with your next step forward. I am with you, my child, and as you move in faith, you will begin to see why your name was mentioned. My child, breathe and settle your heart here with me. Let everything I have spoken wash over you gently. This message was not meant to rush you, pressure you, or overwhelm you. It was meant to reassure you. Your name was mentioned because you matter to me, because I see you, because I am involved in your life more deeply than you realize. Nothing about you is accidental, and nothing about this moment was random. As you move forward from here, carry this truth with you. You are not forgotten. You are not late, and you are not walking alone. I am with you in the waiting, and with you in the movement. I am with you when answers feel close and when they feel far. The peace you feel now is not temporary. It is a reminder that I am near. Let go of the fear that tries to return. Let go of the need to control what comes next. I have already gone ahead of you. Trust that I will guide you step by step, day by day. When questions rise, return to this moment. Remember that I spoke your name, and I do not speak without purpose. Now, before you leave, I want you to respond in unity and faith. Like this video is an act of agreement with what I have spoken over you. Comment with a word of trust or peace, because when you speak it, you strengthen it. Share this message with 3 people, because there are others who need to know their name was mentioned too. Hype this video so my voice can reach the hearts that are searching quietly. And subscribe, so you stay connected when I speak again. This is not just content, it is connection. And my child, as this message comes to rest in you, I am also inviting you into partnership with what I am doing here. Just as your name was mentioned before me, this work exists because I have called it to carry my voice to many. When you give, you are sowing seed into lives you may never meet, but souls I deeply love. I have said that when seed is sown in faith, I bring increase, and I speak that blessing over you now. This is not about obligation, it is about obedience. This is not a donation, it is a prophetic response. When you support through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, you are helping keep this flame burning, this river flowing, this light reaching those who feel unseen. The PayPal link is in the description and available through the QR code on the screen. I have already prepared the way. Now I am asking you to act. I bless every giver with peace, provision, and clarity. I bless your obedience with fruit in its season. Obey me now, and trust me with the results. Rest now, my child. Carry this peace with you. Your name was mentioned, and I am not finished with you yet.